It's very important, but sometimes you find that it is not the people that you're expecting to help you that will help you. Do the research. You must know the business. Go and do cocoa. Go and do oil palm.
You've gotten to this level. How do you still develop yourself? This is quite depressing.
Yes. You know why?
Why?
Because the Ivory Coast people, they suddenly realized that this has potential, and they started investing in it, and government started encouraging them to go into this business and produce this. Government.
And same goes for cocoa too.
Same for cocoa. Cocoa that we're still running around with in Nigeria is cocoa since the 50s. By now, there should be new plantations.
Yes.
There should have been new plantations every day. Nigeria used to be number 2 in the world for cocoa. I don't know what number we are now.
I know that we are behind, I think, Ivory Coast and Ghana. So, if we'll check the stats, but I know that we're definitely behind, and we have the potential to do more.
You go to Ibadan, the Sinosure is a house called Cocoa House.
Yes.
There's only one reason why it's called Cocoa House. It was built from cocoa money.
So why are young people not going into those businesses? What do you think the reasons are?
The reason is that, the role of government is to encourage people and to steer them into strategic areas. That is what is missing in Nigeria. It's like my father said, go and get a profession.
Yes.
That's the role of government. Go and do cocoa. Go and do oil palm. Go and do banana. Go and do
and incentivize
pineapple.
them.
Encourage people and create an atmosphere where whatever they want to do is easier for them to do.
Tell me the role association played in your business. Were there times where friends had to come in for you, where people say your network is your net worth, as it were. So take me through a moment. I'm sure there must have been a moment. No man is an island, right? There must have been a moment where friends, but for these friends that came in, or but for these people in my network, the business would have been more difficult to do.
There was never really a time when I was so locked jam.
Okay.
But one person that always has come through for me is my brother, Aswerime, for at different times, where without knowing it.
So association plays a key role.
It's very important, but sometimes you'll find that it is not the people that you're expecting to help you that will help you.
There's a lot behind that.
No, it's not the people. Sometimes your help comes from a strange source, from a source you didn't expect, even from a source that you didn't think had the capacity to help you.
Wow.
Even from a source that you even disregarded.
Who will you say were your biggest influences in business? Maybe a close mentor or someone who really, you can point to that moment where this was a defining moment in my life and this person mentored me, either hand-holding or by proxy. Who will you say, or a set of people, were the biggest influences?
Not really. I learned most of my business or most of my work by first principles. You understand? But as a young child, I had an uncle called Henry Fajemiroku.
Okay.
Henry Stevens. He was probably like Dangote of his day.
Wow.
With a guy called Ijesha Lodge, I forget, Chief something. There were about 3 or 4 very prominent Nigerian businessmen then.
Okay.
Uncle Henry was notably very successful, very rich. And it was a sort of inspiration for me because I liked his lifestyle.
Oh, I see.
It was very close to my mom. Whenever we're in Lagos, my mom would pass through his house at any time of the day. He hardly slept. If you get to Uncle Henry's house at 12 midnight, he would pound yam for you. He was there, he used to smoke a cigar. So I said, this is not a bad lifestyle, Not a bad lifestyle. So, and then as we were growing up in business, there were the Shubomi Baloguns, there was the Chief Ogunbanjo, there was Chief Ojora. There are a few other people there who seem to have held their own in business that you could sort of aspire to. And professionally, there was Dick Kramer. Dick Kramer. He started a firm called Arthur Anderson in Nigeria, and they were professionally about the best professional services firm in Nigeria in those days. But I didn't have one-on-one interactions with most of these men. I just saw them from afar. And I decided that I would work hard and be able to one day live that kind of lifestyle.
That's very powerful. He made a decision to work hard. He was inspired by the lifestyle and made a decision to work hard to live like them. I think that's something people need to know. And one of the things I found out is once you've made a decision to work hard, the people you aspire to be like begin to have that affinity for you or try to come closer to you because they see that you have something to offer also. You know, many people, a lot of people reach out to a lot of big men and say, you know, with the hope of taking. But once they see that you're doing really well, there's this mutual respect that you have something going. I can be a part of your success story, and that's something good. Just two more questions. How do you develop yourself? Right now, you've gotten to a stage where other people will, in fact, people half you may say that, you would have done better financially, but people with half your wealth will say, you know, they'll probably retire in the village somewhere, sitting in front of the house and reading newspaper, right? And greeting bystanders or people walking past. But you've gotten to this level. How do you still develop yourself? How do you still grow yourself?
You know, every human being has a purpose.
Yes.
Which is where Christianity comes in. Without Christ and God, you may never discover your purpose in life. And until you fulfill that purpose, you don't stop growing, you don't stop developing, you don't stop aspiring. And the good thing about God is that when you fulfill one purpose, He sets another one for you, and sets another one for you, and you just keep going until the day of death comes. So I am running hard towards what I consider to be God's purpose for my life. And I am putting in place as best as I can within my resources and capacity and capability all the things that I need to do to achieve this purpose. And for me, it's a Pan-African purpose to rescue Africa and Africans from the shackle and bondage and mental slavery that they have found themselves in.
That's very powerful. This is a Pan-African platform, and I really like that you think Africa. And being a social reformer, I've seen quite a number of your activity online. You walk the talk. You don't just say it. You're helping quite a number of people. I watched something one time. You said about either 40 to 60% of your income is used to help other people. Why is that? Just to follow up.
Well, I cannot see people who need help and not help them. That's one of my, call it weakness, call it strength.
Strength, yes.
It's my DNA, and my wife was exactly like that. So when you say I'm wealthy, I begin to look for the money because I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have any savings of any significant amount. But I have contacts, I have goodwill, I have access to a lot.
You're rich in people.
Very rich in people. I want people to succeed. I just have this passion to make people succeed. I think that's one of my biggest gifts, to help you, to inspire you, to encourage you, to support you, to enable you succeed. That's probably one of my biggest gifts.
That's big. I feel like I have kindred spirit because that's the whole aim of this platform, helping Africans succeed, helping you to take that very next step that you need to take. You may not go from 1 million to 10 billion, but you can go from 1 million to 2 million, to 3 million with the principles that you've heard. If you could go back in time, sir, to advise the young Ituah Ighodalo, and if you could go back in time to do something for your business, what are those principles you advise? If you couldn't give anything material, you couldn't do just principles and advice, to that young Ituah Ighodalo, sir, what will you tell him and why?
I think the biggest mistake I made in my life was over spending too much of my initial resource or breakthrough.
Wow.
When I got my first breakthrough, I was a bit young. I should have invested that money in real things, either land or property or stocks and shares. I bought 2 cars, very, very fancy cars.
Wow.
The second mistake that I made is investing in businesses along with other people that they didn't know enough about and I didn't know enough about.
True.
Never invest in a business that you don't know anything about. At least not a significant proportion of your resources. Never do it. You must do the research. You must know the business. You must understand the business before you throw yourself. If you are going to invest along with somebody, make sure he is an expert in it. And just invest what you can lose, that you won't lose sleep.
Yeah.
That's the way I operate.
Disposable income.
Disposable income.
This has been insightful, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't invest in a business you know nothing about. People like him, Warren Buffett, and other, big business people have said this. Don't invest in a business you don't know. And people that you don't know may be the ones to help you. Don't chase after people and keep your integrity. I want you to give like a tip, a principle, that can help. We've heard don't invest. If you are just to itemize top 3, top 5, something you've been living by that you've got the chance to itemize in times past, what will you say the principles are to live by, to have a successful career, business, anywhere? What are the principles? Top 5. Yeah.
Number 1, have a clear vision.
Have a clear vision
of what you want to achieve.
Clear
and
vision.
What you want to become.
Okay.
Number 2, learn as much as you can about the area of business or occupation or profession that you want to go into.
Wow.
Learn and aspire to be the best at it. A clear vision, learn. Okay? Number 3 is that you must surround yourself with competence, people who are capable, and people who have more passion about that thing than yourself.
Yes, sir.
People who are capable. Number 4, live a simple life. Humble, simple. Don't bite more than you can chew. Don't spend more than you earn. Keep your life simple.
That one is directed at me.
Keep your life simple.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Be yourself. Keep your life simple. And so on and so forth. Okay? And then number 5, be nice to people. Be nice, be kind, be generous, be available to people. It doesn't cost you anything, but it gives you a lot of benefits. You can never know. Never ever know who it is. And even if they don't, you are nice to them.
Yes.
And you have done your bit.
Thank you.
Keep life simple.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. And thank you, Africa. With me here was Pastor Ituah Ighodalo. Like I said, he's a businessman, philanthropist, chair of many boards. You should look him up and see what he is doing. Very impactful and very influential, and a man of integrity. So it was a privilege having him here, and I hope that you gleaned a few lessons like I did. I personally watched this video several times over, and I hope you do, and I hope it helps your life, even if it's just a bit. Thank you for your time. Do have a great time.